Welcome to Gentle Yoga. Today we are working on yoga for restless legs, yoga for sore legs, yoga for our feet. We're just going to show our lower body lots of love. So you will need some blankets, maybe like folded up blankets or pillows. We're going to do a little bit of self-massage for our calves using those. So that's really all you need. And then your mat. So set up your space, and we are going to get started laying down on our backs, but I want you to have a pillow or a cushion nearby because we're going to get our legs up right away just to help boost circulation. So we are going to get started laying down on our backs, and I want you to have either, a folded blanket or a pillow nearby. Carefully lie down on your back, and then bending the knees, feet on the floor, lift the hips and slide your pillow or your blanket under your hips gently. Just making sure that pillow is not on the lower back, definitely on the back of the hips. And then carefully bring one knee into your chest and then the other. And it should be pretty easy to bring the knees into the chest, almost like your hips are kind of falling back here. Take a moment, hug those knees in, take a big breath, and then slow down the exhale. Becoming aware of your shoulders, maybe get the shoulders out of the ears. Lengthen the back of the neck by bringing the chin down. And we're going to take the legs straight up to the sky next, grabbing onto the hamstrings, the back of the legs. And once again, we want to make sure that our blanket is kind of, it's a wedge. So it's making it really easy to keep our legs up here. And with your legs in the sky, you're going to do really big circles with your ankles. Just kind of checking out your feet. And you can absolutely keep a hold of the back of the thighs here. Or not. If you feel like you don't need to hold your legs, your arms can just be down by your sides. And then reverse the circle of your ankles. And take a big breath in through your nose. Breathe down into a soft belly. And let out a sigh of relief. And let yourself fully arrive right here, right now. Then we're going to shake our legs out. We're just going to shake them out. Shake out the tension. And take one more big breath. And then bending the knees, slowly put one foot on the ground and then the other. Knees bent, feet on the ground. Carefully lift the hips and slide that blanket or that pillow out of the way, putting your hips on the floor. Open your feet a little wider than your hips, and then take your arms out to your sides. And we'll do windshield wipers, letting the knees fall over to the right. Taking a big breath. On your exhale, bring the knees back to center. And then letting the knees fall over to the left. Taking a breath. And exhale back to center. And do it again. Knees fall right. This time, turn your head to the left. And exhale, everything comes back to center. And knees fall left, head turns to the right. And take a big breath. And you bring it back to center. And take your arms down by your sides. Walk your feet in a little closer to your hips. We're going to get ready to lift the hips for bridge. Excuse me. So feel those feet pushing into the floor. Take a big breath. And as you exhale, go ahead and lift the hips up into bridge. Roll your shoulders underneath you, pressing down into the pinky side of the arms. Keep the back of the neck nice and long. Take a big breath through the sides of the rib cage. And as you exhale, let's lower the front of the ribs and see if we can get the front of the hips up higher. Wiggle your toes. Stay really present with your feet on the floor. Feel the heels. Feel the ball of the big toes, the ball of the pinky toes. Take one more big breath as you press those hips up to the sky. And then on your exhale, slowly roll the spine back down. Hips slowly coming back to the mat. Heel toe your feet a little wider and then let your knees fall in towards each other. So the feet are wide, the knees fall in and support each other. Flip your palms up to the sky. Make sure your shoulders are still out of your ears. Lengthen the back of the neck. Close your eyes for a moment. And take a big breath. As you exhale, letting your body just melt into this shape. And feel the ground beneath you. All the areas of your body that touch the ground. And as you draw your awareness, your attention inward, can you allow yourself to be fully supported by this practice? And silently repeat to yourself, I trust my body. I trust that my yoga mat has my back, and this practice supports me. I trust that whatever shows up for me or doesn't show up for me, that it's exactly what I need. Part of feeling grounded is staying connected to your body. And your awareness of your body and how it connects to the ground. So take a big breath. Know that you are fully supported. You are in the right place at the right time. Let's bring the right knee into the chest and extend the left leg. Straighten that left leg onto the floor. Now press that left leg actively down, flexing the toes up to the sky. And as you hug the right knee up into the right armpit, let's roll the right ankle around. And then reverse the circle and roll the ankle around the other way. And feel the length from your left heel all the way up to the back of your neck. Always just checking in with the alignment, the position, the organization of your different pieces. Can you find length? Can you soften any gripping, any clenching areas? We're going to grab the back of this right leg, reaching the right heel up to the sky. Now, this can feel really intense, especially if the hamstrings are tight. So if it's too intense, all you got to do is bend the left knee and put the left foot on the floor. So we're grabbing the back of the right leg, reaching the right heel up and flexing the right toes down towards the face. If you need a deeper stretch, your hands can walk up to your right calf. Keep the back of the neck long. Keep the back of your hips relaxed onto the mat. Take a big breath. And go ahead and release your right leg. We're going to hug the left knee into the chest and then extend that right leg nice and long. Flex the right toes up to the sky so you're reaching through your right heel. Feel that length from right heel all the way up to the back of the neck. Take a breath. And then hug that left knee up into that left armpit and roll that left ankle around a few times. Go in both directions with those ankle circles. Take a big breath. Then we're going to grab the back of that left leg, left heel reaching for the sky, and it is up to you, the intensity here. So if you need to bend that right knee and put that right foot on the floor, absolutely do that. Soften the lower back and the back of the hips onto the floor. Flex your left toes towards your face. So you're really reaching through that left heel. Back of the neck nice and long. And take a big breath. And point your left toes. Just notice the difference. As you move your foot, how does that change the stretch in the leg? And then release that left leg. Stretch your arms up over your head. Extend your legs. Go for a full body yawn. Flexing the toes up, pointing the toes, rolling the wrists and the ankles. Just a full body stretch. Oh. You can squeeze your booty muscles, squeeze the muscles in the legs as you stretch it long, and then relax. We're going to bend our knees and roll over onto your right side. So your right bicep will be a pillow for your head. And then you're going to take your left arm, reach back and grab your left ankle. So we're going to stretch our left thigh now. Now as you grab your ankle, let's grab closer to the shin than the toes. So we're not really pulling on the ankle. We're going to be nice to our joints. Let the left knee lengthen down. And you can position your right leg, your bottom leg, however you need to so that you feel, like you can stretch good here. And if you don't like your right arm being your pillow, you could reach over and grab one of your pillows or your yoga blocks or something and put it under your head. Take a breath. Can you tuck your tailbone a little bit so the front of the left hip kind of presses forward as the left knee lengthens down? And take a big breath. If you need a deeper stretch, if you engage that left glute and press that left hip forward, you'll get a little deeper of a stretch. And then we're going to release that left ankle and place the left foot in front of you. So the left foot is on the floor in front of your right thigh. Your left knee is pointed up to the sky. Take your left hand to the inside of this left knee and gently push the left knee away from you. Take a big breath. Just kind of pushing that left knee up. And then we're going to take that same thigh stretch again. And then we're going to pull that left ankle back, grab that left ankle, and stretch it out again. Just like we did that first time. Can you put a little brightness in your left ankle, flexing the toes down? Sometimes it feels good to gently kick the left foot into the left hand. So you're opening through the front of the body, creating this kind of bow shape through the front of the body. And then go ahead and release that left leg. Extend it out, shake it out a little bit. Bend both your knees. Now I do want you to grab a pillow or a yoga block or something and just hug something in between your legs. So it can be anything, folded blanket, anything. Relax your head, reach your left arm out in front of you. Eyes on your left thumb as you reach that left arm up to the sky, lifting up. And then you're going to twist open. So you're going to rotate open, reaching that left arm behind you, looking over that left shoulder. And gently hug your legs together. We're going to hold this here, taking a big breath through the rib cage, down into the belly. Exhale. Try to stretch that left arm away a little more. Take another breath here. One more time, using the breath like a broom, just sweeping out any density, any tension, creating a clear, open space. Slowly bring that left arm back. Like it feels like you're drawing a big rainbow in the sky. So we reach up and over, all the way back to where we started. And then gently, you're going to roll onto your belly. Once you get onto your belly, create a pillow at the top of your mat with the back of your hands. Bend your knees and gently windshield wiper the lower legs side to side. You can rest your forehead on the back of your hands, or you could turn your head to the side. Then draw a big circle with the lower legs. And then reverse that circle and try the other direction. And then relax those legs down. Stretch those legs back. You might even open the legs a little wider than the hips. Slide your elbows back so your hands are under your shoulders. And we're going to go up into a gentle cobra, pressing the front of the hips into the floor. Take a breath. And then roll the shoulders back and lift your chest off the mat. And you can take this wherever you want it to go. Keep your chin down so that the back of the neck is long. And what we're doing is we're really lifting with the back of the heart. Keep your toenails on the floor. Press the hips down. So there's energy in the lower body as you lift and find a opening through the upper body. Nice shoulders back. Take another big breath. Your heart beaming forward. And then lower down. And then we're going to turn to the other side. So we'll be laying on our left side. You can have a block or a pillow under your head, or you can use your left bicep as your pillow. Organize yourself over here. New position, new point of awareness. And when you're ready, right arm's going to reach back and you're going to grab that right ankle. Grabbing closer to your shin than your toes. And take a breath. Draw the belly in, lengthen the tail down. Make sure the right knee is reaching down away from you, not up to the ceiling. So we don't want to splay the knee upward. We want to lengthen it down away from the hip. Our yoga practice is a wonderful time to really study ourselves. You might close the eyes, explore little movements, little adjustments. And allow yourself to have a sense of curiosity, sense of playfulness about your practice, even in these gentle practices. Yes, we're moving really slow, but there's lots to explore. Take a big breath, maybe a little energy, a little brightness in that ankle, kind of kicking that ankle into that hand. How does that feel? And then we're going to release that leg and place your left foot in front of your right thigh. And you're going to take your right hand and you're going to push the knee away from you. Yeah, and it gets more intense the more this right foot comes up. And then you push away. What we're doing is we're creating distraction in the hip. Oh. Yeah, and you might need make sure your right foot's on your yoga mat so that you don't slip. And you just push that knee up. Sometimes even holding it, yeah, that might work. Kind of left hand might need to hold your right ankle so that you can push it away. Oh, take a breath. What happens is the head of our thigh bone, the head of our femur often gets jammed into the hip socket, especially in the front. And this sort of position, pushing it, is we're kind of pulling the head of the femur away from the socket. So we get then we'll get circulation and blood flow in there. And then we'll release and we'll carefully go back into that quad stretch. Oh. Take a breath. Maybe kicking the right foot into the right hand, pressing the right hip forward. So we create this little bow shape for a moment. Take a breath. And then release your right leg. Shake it out. And then from here, we're going to slowly bring ourselves up to seated. So take your time, let your head be heavy as you roll up. And as you come to seated, let's get those hips elevated on something. So there might be a folded blanket or a cushion. We're going to start with our legs out in front, a little bend in the knees. Get right on top of your sit bones. And then we're going to fold forward over our legs. Ooh. And you could take the legs really as wide as you'd like. And grabbing onto whatever part of your legs you can hold on to. I want you to take a big breath and try to reach your chest towards the tops of your feet. All right, so you find this lengthening. And oftentimes I'll do this little wiggle side to side, almost like my hips are kind of walking back as my heart is reaching forward. And you're creating this belly-thigh sandwich, so it's okay to bend the knees. Right, yeah, belly-thigh sandwich. And then you'll find that length. And then fold over and relax your head. Just fold over your legs. And just be here for a few breaths. Yeah, close your eyes. Relax your shoulders. This pose, we call it Paschimottanasana. And it's a full stretch on the back side of the body, which in yoga we call the west side of the body. The back is the west, and it's in the west where we hold on to our past. And so as you breathe here, you're breathing into the west side of your body. And can you give yourself permission to let go of all the stories? To let go of any judgments, any criticisms you have about good or bad. Can you allow all those things that happened in the past to help you grow wise? They're just sources of wisdom now, things you've learned. Giving yourself permission to grow wise, not wounded. Creating space in the back side, the west side of the body. Now take another big breath. Can you flex your toes up to the sky? Yeah, you might need to bend your knees a little bit more when you do that, especially if the back of the legs are super tight. Now we're here for another 5 slow, deep breaths. The thing about holding these sorts of stretches is we're applying this tension into the tissue, and then we got to use our breath to try to soften, right? So you are finding your edge, wherever that is for you. Your knees are as bent as you want them to be. And you're breathing into your low back. Trying to soften around this edge. Staying present with your experience, no matter what the quality. Trusting that whatever shows up, that's perfect for you. One more big breath. And on an exhale, draw your belly button in. And then use your hands to help you slowly roll it up. Your head is the last part up. When you get to the top, the shoulders roll back and the head lifts. We're going to carefully bend our knees, and we're going to go into butterfly or cobbler stretch, Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together, knees wide. And you can take your peace fingers and you can hook your big thumbs, your big toes. They are like big thumbs, but they're toes. All right. Press those heels together and think of your feet kind of opening like a book. And the reason we do this, and sometimes you even take your hands in there and kind of help open the feet up like a book. So the outer edges of the feet together. That's going to help externally rotate at the hip socket. And so sometimes I take a moment, I just active feet. The feet are mirrors of what's happening in our hips. So, okay, come on, feet. Just kind of wiggle them in. Yeah, and holding your legs in this position, if all you're feeling like is cramping in the hip joint, that's okay. Grab pillows, grab yoga blocks, and you could actually put things underneath the outsides of your thighs so that you don't feel like you're gripping and holding. Instead, you're like, okay, body, right? Sometimes we have to remind our body that we're supported. So that's why we have blocks and blankets and all this stuff. You can still get the same thing. I think inner thighs, sit up tall. Inner thighs going up to the sky. Yeah, inner thighs spiraling upward. Outer thighs spiraling downward. As you sit up as tall as you can, grabbing onto whatever part of your legs you want. And then you start to pull your chest forward. Yeah, and can you press your feet together? So push those heels together. I want you to stay grounded into what your feet are doing. And see if you can lengthen the spine a little bit more. Inner thighs spiraling up, outer thighs spiraling down, and then maybe you start to go a little further. And you're taking this to wherever you want it to go. Some of us are going to stay pretty upright, and that's okay. If you can take those elbows in front of those shins and fold forward, that might feel really nice. Wherever you are, it's perfect. It's exactly where you need to be. Eventually, relax your head so that you can give your neck a break from holding your head up all day long. And take a big breath. Take your hands to the floor, slowly come on up. Hands to the outsides of the thighs, close the knees up like a book. We're going to do one more. We're going to do a little self-massage here. So let me show you what we're going to do. We're going to come onto our knees. You can absolutely put cushion under your knees if your knees don't like being on the floor. And I want you to have a folded blanket or a pillow. You know, it can really be anything. Sometimes a folded blanket will just give you a little more. But we're going to take this blanket, we're going to put it behind our knees. So it's between our thighs and our calves. And then we're going to sit back. And what we're doing is we're smashing our calves. Now, sometimes in this position, it'll be your ankles that don't like this position. And if that's the case, you're going to need another blanket to put underneath the ankles. Right? So we're smashing. And this, you know, we're going to try it a couple times. I'm finding that I want to roll my blanket up one more time so that so the bundles of my blanket are pushing into my calves when I do this. Yep, and this is the move. So what you're going to do is you're going to rock forward and then rock back, and you get to decide how much weight you put. If it feels good as you smash your calves, you might even do a little side to side. Oh. If you don't like putting all your weight on your legs, which, might not feel very good, having a yoga block or even a foam roller in front of you so that you have something to put your hands on. And then you can move your blanket, to hit a different area of your calf, maybe the lower part of the calf. The more you roll up that blanket to create, like a harder bundle, the more of a smash you'll get. Yeah, you just have to work with whatever you have at home. Ooh. And so just explore this. Listening to your body and the guidance of your own inner wisdom. I'm just here to offer suggestions, but you're here to listen. So noticing, okay, let me try this. Maybe the knees open wider. Maybe the toes want to tuck under so that as you lean back, you're also stretching the tops of the feet, the arches of the feet. That might be something that you try. Big breath in through your nose, breathing down into a soft belly. Slow exhales. A longer exhale is a signal to our nervous system to go into our parasympathetic, which is the calm part of our nervous system. So if you can exhale longer than you inhale, that's going to send signals to your body to release those feel-good, relaxing hormones. We're here for about another 40 seconds. Take your time. Just explore. You could be moving, you could be rocking, you could also just be sitting, and that's okay. I think it's important to use different techniques for these big tissues, these big muscles in our lower body, muscles, connective tissues. So stretching, but then also this compression. That's what we're doing here, is we're smashing, we're kind of squishing the tissue. Almost like, a dirty sponge, and you squeeze the dirty sponge to rinse it out. Our muscles kind of work the same way. Sometimes that compression is really good, kind of squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. Take one more big breath wherever you are. And then we're going to let it go. And we're going to find our way. You know what? We have to lay on our left side first, because I forgot our twist on that left side. We don't want to walk out of here lopsided. And then we'll lay down and we'll be done. But let's hold something between our legs. When you're ready, carefully lay down onto your left side. Right arm reaching out in front of you. You'll take a big breath as you reach that right arm up, looking up at that right thumb. And then exhale and twist that right arm open. And we'll be here for 3 big breaths. Breathing down into a soft belly. Breathing into the low back. And as you exhale, stretching that right arm away. One more big breath. Slowly bring that right arm up and over, back to where we started. And carefully roll onto your back. And give your knees a hug. And one more time, we'll take the legs up to the sky and shake them out. You can hold on to the legs. And then release the legs and we'll find Shavasana. You can keep your knees bent, feet wide, knees fall together. Or you can extend the legs, maybe putting your blanket underneath your knees. You can lie flat, whatever you need. Take a second to shift and adjust so that you are completely comfortable. Adjust your hips so your lower back is long. Wiggle the back of the ribs down. Get your shoulders out of your ears. And tilt your chin down so the back of the neck is nice and long. And take a big breath, breathing down into the back of the ribs, down into a soft belly. And exhale, allow the body to get soft, still, and heavy. Relax the jaw. Soften the cheeks. Release the tongue off the roof of the mouth. Soften the sides of the eyes and smooth out your eyebrows. It is now safe for me to relax. I allow myself to be held. To be fully supported. As I actively relax. Start to take a big full belly breath in. As you bring awareness back to your body, lying here on this ground, in this room. And practicing slow transitions, and we start with awareness. My body here. This room, this space, this ground, and the breath. As you breathe, feeling your prana, your life force vitality flowing through you, showing up as sensations, showing up as feelings. And then start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And rock your head side to side. And slowly start to bend your knees. Take your time as you roll over onto your favorite side. And slowly push yourself up to seated. As you come to seated, make yourself comfortable. Maybe elevate the hips. Bring our palms together. And that concludes the end of our gentle yoga portion of class. So if you need to log off, I totally understand. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste. And if you'd like to finish with a little meditation, we are going to stay on and finish with a guided meditation. So if you're hanging out, preparing yourself for your meditation, whatever that means. And for our meditation tonight, we're going to take Hakini Mudra, which is all the fingertips together, kind of keeping the inside of the hands open. And this can just rest on your lap, or you could hold it. Sometimes people like to hold it in front of wherever they want to, you feel like you want to hold it. And this mudra kind of symbolizes, kind of looks like our brain. We're kind of holding the left and the right hemispheres of our brain, bringing them together. So it's all about harnessing our own mental power, our own mental capacity to focus. Soften your gaze or close your eyes and take a breath. For our meditation today, we are going to do a pratyahara-type of meditation. And pratyahara is the practice of tuning into certain or specific inputs of sensory information. The practice of tuning in is what allows us to actually tune out. So bring your awareness to your ears. To your ears receiving sound. And notice the sound of my voice, the sounds in the room. Notice the different textures, the tones, the soft sounds and the hard sounds. And at first, allow your awareness to be like a laser, identifying different sounds. The sounds your own body makes, and then the sounds around your body. And then allow all the sounds to blend together. They're just sounds, flowing in one ear and out the other. All these sounds flowing together to create this harmony of vibration that your ears receive. And can you take a breath, and any reactions you might feel in your body from sounds, can you allow that reaction to just dissipate or just wash through you? And then bring your awareness to what you can taste, the taste in your mouth. You might move your tongue around in your mouth just to sense the textures. Let go of any judgments, any preferences about it, and just tune into this experience of taste. Bring your awareness to your eyes, even with the eyes closed, maybe sensing light behind the eyelids. Maybe the eyelids are slightly opened, and so you can see just a little bit of what's in front of you. Maybe you're sensing some pictures or light in your own mind's eye. All of it is just vibration. This miracle of your eyes creating pictures or seeing light. Can you have a beginner's mind, just observing, like you've never seen before? And let yourself be filled with that lightness. And take a big breath. What do you smell? Are you breathing in through your right nostril more than your left, or vice versa? At first, you're identifying smells or sensations in the nostrils. And then you release the identification and you just Smell for the experience of it. Then bring your awareness to your skin, the air against your skin, sensations of cool and hot. Notice any sensations of numb or tingling, sharp, dull, pressure, flow. Maybe your legs are going to sleep. Just observing. And take a big breath, and all these sensory inputs, just let them blend into this present experience. As we bring awareness to each of these sense portals, we gain more control over how we respond to inputs. And this simple pratyahara practice gives us the power to choose which inputs we allow, to get more intentional about how we respond rather than react to input. So take a big breath. Let out a slow exhale. Circle your arms up over your head, bring your palms to touch. Hands come down to your heart. Give yourself a big smile. Acknowledge this time that you've taken for you and tell yourself thank you for showing up today. Take a big breath as you soak in all that gratitude, that awareness, that intention, and a big exhale, let your smile shine. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your practice with me. And from my heart to yours, namaste.